Good evening, lads and lasses. Welcome back once again to the ALR Esports series. This is round 3. Obviously, I missed last week because I was doing me skydive for charity, so Ross was taking the reins. We are currently in practice. I believe qualifying will start at around 8 PM.
Hello.
Hello, Sean. Welcome along, mate. Hope you're doing good. Hopefully the stream will be of a good standard this evening. I've been having a few internet issues, so hopefully it won't be too glitchy. But yeah, hopefully everything will go accordingly. Is this actually qualifying now? I'm not too sure if it's qualifying now. We may be into qualifying now. Normally it starts at around 8 PM, so you never know. It may have been, or did we start at 10:02 last time?
How much laps?
So it is a 40-minute endurance. I imagine there'll be a fair few. Yeah, it should be a fair few laps, obviously being quite a short circuit. We are Sardegna B, I believe it is this evening. So we've got a few different names this week on the grid. We've got Ahmed, as usual. We have Fluffy Butt. He's representing Cavar. We got Max M. I think Max M, I don't think he was here last week. Maybe he was in Lobby 1. We got Burnsy Poo. I believe he was here last week. I think Fluffy Butt, one of the Cavar boys, I'm pretty sure one of the Cavar boys, forgive me if I'm wrong, but got actually DC'd last week, so let's hope that doesn't happen again this evening. We've got Pasty there on track. We have Hollywood. I don't remember seeing Hollywood's name. Oh, actually, it was a week previous, wasn't it? I wasn't actually here last week. We got Deco. Deco is a familiar name. We have Spin, Owen, Pung or Punge. Another one of our South African brothers. We have got we've seen Fluffy, but we got Bruma. We obviously know Bruma, and we know Auto Ration. Oh crap! So Ross has just invited me to a party. I believe it's going to be we're going to be doing a rundown through quali. Just going to join him quickly. Good evening, Ross.
Are we live already?
We are indeed. Yeah,
Nice.
I've just been chatting through the practice. So I don't believe we're in quali yet, are we? Or is this still practice?
No,
or are we
we've
actually
still
into
got a
quali?
few minutes to go. Yeah.
So we have got a few minutes to go. So it's looking like at the moment some of the standout drivers towards the front of the field are Max M and GT Ahmed. Obviously we know Ahmed. Is Max M from Lobby 1 or is he making his debut this week? I don't recognise him.
Is,
or was he there last
Pegasus
week?
driver.
Okay.
No, this is his very first ALR race, so have no idea how good he is. He was sandbagging a bit in the chat, saying that he thinks he's going to be finishing last, but it sounds like he's got some pace on him.
Brilliant stuff. And he seems to be up there at the moment, doesn't he? Actually second in practice at the moment, although some of the other guys probably trying to get their laps in still.
Yeah. Do you want to share your screen?
Yes, of course. Is this going to be where it starts?
Yeah, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, because I am noticing a little bit of glitchiness within the lobby. I'm not sure if it's me. I know I think we had a couple of
The second week wasn't so good. It was actually a lot worse. People couldn't even join the lobbies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so...
Okay.
Right, there we go. How many laps is tonight? Let's find out.
Yeah, somebody's already asked that in the chat. I didn't have the answer for them, but obviously I think it's a 40 minute, isn't it, or is it 50 minute?
It's about an hour long, 52 laps this one. It's quite
52
a short,
laps.
Yeah, quite a short track this one. Right, let's get this. Well, your stream looks pretty clear on YouTube.
Okay, brilliant. I've not had a chance to actually check that yet, so that's looking good. It looks like Ahmed's actually looking quite good. Owen's looking pretty good. A little bit of twitchiness there, although that there looked like it was actually him nearly losing the rear end, maybe.
Yeah.
Who was? I think it was the South African brothers. I think there was. In fact, we saw Wesley there. He looked a little bit glitchy. Spin. You see a little bit of the instability there, I think. And who was it? It was PBR, Chris, maybe. You can see Chris a little bit unstable there.
Yeah, because they're travelling so far, I think they're always going to be a little bit laggy.
Fluffy, but... Okay, so yeah, hopefully it's not a sign of things to come. Hopefully everybody will manage to stay within the lobby. So Scotty's a new name that I can see there. Scotty here.
Yes, Scotty. So Scotty's an interesting one. So he's racing for our team, the Aero team. So he's making his debut. He is pretty quick, actually. Won a race in Tier 2 last season. He's quit this season on Mondays because he ended up in the BRZ, and it's just, it's a horrible car. Has absolutely no top speed. So he's only got Sundays to practice for.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm expecting a push for Lobby A from Scotty. I think the cutoff, by the way, is going to be below an 18.5. So we see Owen's got the fastest there with an 18.3.
Yeah.
So that is where I think the cutoff might be, because some of the quickest guys have been in the mid 17s.
Okay. Yeah, because that's a low time, isn't it? 18.3. So I honestly think we might see a couple of them maybe dip into the late 117s.
Yeah, that would be very impressive. I think if you can get into the 17s, you're going to be top 5 in overall.
We've seen Ahmed, who we're looking at now. We've seen Ahmed pull out some absolutely stupendous times at times, but he seems to be 2 tenths down on Owen currently. So.
Yeah, apparently this track really suits the Nissan which Owen's driving. So that might have an impact on that as well. But yeah, we know the
Okay.
BMW's quick everywhere, which Ahmed's in. I think he won on Monday, didn't he, Ahmed? His
I
first
believe
race.
so, yeah. Yes, he did, yeah. If I remember rightly.
He's on form then at the moment.
So it looks like we're into qualifying now. Now, who is the lobby leader? The lobby leader's Broomer. Will Broomer get out before everyone else? I think he may.
He should do, as long as he's going out on time. Yeah,
yes,
there he is.
Out.
So Broomer making his very first appearance at Esports. He used to be in Tier 1 actually, so you might remember him from his season in Tier 1.
I do remember Broomer, yes.
Yeah, so he's got like 800 megabyte internet, so I think we should be okay hopefully tonight.
Yeah, he looks all right. He's definitely one of the cars that looks more stable. So I don't think it is. I think maybe, like you say, maybe it's some of the connections from some of the other guys, obviously being overseas and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a little bit worried, obviously, coming into this evening with how my connection's been today. But it seemed to randomly drop out twice earlier whilst I was doing some gaming on the PC. And I had to reset the router, and then when I reset the router, it dropped by half, which was, yeah, definitely a weird thing to happen. It doesn't normally happen, so.
Yeah. I'm glad it got sorted in the end, anyway.
Yeah, for sure. And how have you been yourself?
Yeah, been good. It's been a busy day, being around, seeing friends.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited for tonight. It looks like Broomer's finally starting his hot lap there. Broomer, part of the Panthera team. They've not had a single driver in Lobby A, but last week Wesley won the race on the final lap in Lobby B. So they've got some pace. They've climbed above Falcon, who only scored a single point last week, to rise to, I think it's 8th place. They're still in the hunt for the top 5, but they need to start qualifying in Lobby A, as it looks like Broomer went a little bit wide on the exit there.
Yeah, just tiny error there, nearly losing the rear, I think. Maybe a little bit of understeer. So could we get a rundown through the teams and the standings at the moment?
Yeah, so in last place at the moment is Cav R. So the 3 South African lads will be hoping for better luck tonight. They actually did fairly well last week, but one of the drivers couldn't connect, so they had a substitute on standby, but he didn't really have that much practice. So
that's right. I remember seeing somebody at the side of the track at one point, I believe.
Yeah, that was Fluffy, but he actually finished 3rd last week, so he's improved from getting lapped loads of times to showing his true pace last week. Broomer's going to cross the line now to finish his first lap. That's a 19.5. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be good enough. Auto straight away. Improving. It looks like Wesley's top at the moment as well by a 10th.
And Auto's in the Renault. We've got Wesley in the Porsche. And Fluffy Butt in the Alpha. Oh, and then Chris actually goes faster there as well in the GR Supra.
Yeah, so we're in the 18s now, but they all have a lot of time to find here, definitely. These are good banker laps, but they're not going to get them into Lobby A for the race.
So will there be some switching again this evening?
Yes. Last week, I think only 3 from this lobby actually ended up racing in Lobby A. Chris was one of them in P2. It's like Scotty's gone into P1. What time's that?
Last go CAV.
So that is a 1:18.720 there for Scotty.
Really solid time there for Scotty. Like I said, his first ever lap in esports, and it's a pretty decent one.
That is a very good one, isn't it? I think the GR Super Boy is definitely going to be ones to watch this evening. I think it's going to lend itself quite well to this track. As you say, the GTR as well, I think, is going to be one of the top contenders. So how many?
I think it's not going to be as easy for the BMW boys to run away with it like they have done in the first 2 rounds. I think this is a more even track.
Where are the BMW boys currently? So we got Spin in 4th place.
Where's Ahmed?
Ooh, where is Ahmed? So we got Auto down to 7th. Broomer there in 8th place currently. Deco in 9th, provisional 9th. Pung. Is it Pung or Punge?
I'm not sure. Let's go with Pung.
Okay, so Pung actually managed to put himself up to provisional 7th with that time, which was a 1:19.533.
Yeah, everyone finishing there second hot laps now. So they're just
Bruma's actually
on.
in the M6 there. Max M currently down in the 13th. Is he going to improve this time? And he moves up to 6th place, provisional 6th there, of a 1:19.2. And who was we looking for? We were looking for... It was Ahmed, wasn't it? Where's Ahmed?
Yeah, where is Ahmed? All the way at the back. So he must have made a mistake on his lap and gone back into the pits.
Well, you can see there, he's actually... Lap 3 was a 1:39.237, so definitely a mistake somewhere.
Yeah. So was that an 18.2 on the second lap that got invalidated
That's
as well?
Correct, yeah.
That's incredibly rapid. If he can replicate that on a valid lap, that would comfortably be in the top 10, I think, overall, to be honest.
Definitely. So we'll have a quick look. So Scotty's still currently provisional pole. He's actually 2 tenths at this moment faster than Hollywood, who sat in 2nd place. Oh, and Cavar,
he's lagging
Fluffy
all
Butt.
over the place, Hollywood.
Yeah, he is. He is a little bit. And Fluffy Butt actually manages to take that Alpha up into provisional 2nd place. Only 2 tenths off of Scotty. Evening, Pumpkin Patch. Welcome along, buddy. Oh, Patch was here in the first week, wasn't he?
And in the second. Yeah, he's having a week off now, giving some of his teammates a chance.
Okay. So we've currently got
the fastest
Owen.
time in Lobby
Owen.
A, just for reference, is a 17.8. Oh, Owen's P1 now. What's he set?
He's done a 1:18.484.
That's very fast. I reckon that'll be in Lobby A comfortably.
So we might see Owen moving up to Lobby A. Be interesting to see
he did
who
so
we
last
get
week. I think he
moving
finished
down.
8th in Lobby A last week, so that's a fairly solid result for him. Him and Capale dragged the Aero GT team to just 5 points off of being in the top 5. So they've got a lot to fight for tonight.
So top stuff coming into this 3rd round.
Especially with Scotty and P2, their teammates, Owen and Scotty.
So it's looking like Owen and Scotty are probably going to be going up to Lobby A. What is it, the top 3 or the top 4?
It depends on the ultimate time, so it could be the top 3, it could end up being everyone here, it could be potentially quicker than Lobby A, but yeah, Lobby A does tend to have the quicker drivers at the moment. Chris, out of absolutely nowhere. Is that another 18.4, low 18.4?
Yeah, he's gone 600ths faster at this point than Owen.
Oh, that's really tight. So yeah, I think Chris might be able to go up as well. He was 3rd in qualifying last week, so he qualified 15th overall, so started last in Lobby 8.
Oh, and Owen again. Owen improves yet again to a 1:18.382.
They're wrapping up now, aren't they?
They are indeed. And where is... Oh, and Ahmed! Ahmed, we knew he was going to get up there.
In hand.
Evening, everyone. Evening, Sean. Evening, Patch. If you've only just joined as well, guys, this is qualifying underway at the moment, so obviously there's going to be some lobby switching after qualifying. We're going to have some of the faster guys moving up into Lobby A, and then we'll have some of the slower guys moving back down into Lobby B. Obviously, you're joining
Ahmed
myself and Ross at the moment. Oh, and Ahmed, yes, he improved there massively, didn't he?
Yeah, he's still showing purple, so I think he's on for another fastest lap. Everyone else is going to have to improve by more than what he's going to improve by. As long as he nails these last few corners.
He's coming up through the final sector now. Or into the final sector now. Through that split, he's 1/10 up there. So he should technically improve. I think he's going to be getting the draft of that car up ahead there as well. Who is that we can see up ahead?
He might get a little bit of slipstream. That's perfect for him.
And I think this last little sector of corners there could be one of the trickiest sectors to keep the car stable, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we might see some spins on that final corner.
And he improves there, but only by 0.26. I thought he was going to improve by at least a 10th there.
Yeah, 18.2, still not troubling the 17s yet. It looks like the top 4 are in the 17s in Lobby A. So a low 18 looks pretty good. If you're below an 18.5, you might be good for Lobby A, looking at these times.
Oh, it's gripping stuff at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Owen still only 800ths off the back of Ahmed. It's very, very close between these two. In fact, very close between the top 3.
Yeah, Chris super close as well. We've not got long left now. We've got half a second, so all these people will get one extra lap in. It looks like Fluffy Butt
Oh,
and
Chris!
Chris are all over. Well, yeah, Chris has tried to use him for slipstream, but Fluffy Butt just backed out of it. So Fluffy Butt won't be setting a quicker time now.
Will he get a chance for another lap, Fluffy Butt? I'm not sure if his tyres are going to be
quicker than
ice.
Owen Chris was.
Yeah, oh my god.
Wow.
You honestly couldn't write this stuff. So yeah, Chris managed just to go 1,000 faster than Owen. That is how close it is in
and
these
he's slower on
esports
this lap,
qualifying.
so he won't be increasing that. But that's an incredible lap from Chris. Looks like Ahmed's gone into the pit, so he won't be improving either. So I guess Owen is the last chance of snatching what will be top.
Oh, and it looks like Owen. He looks like he's slowed down
as well.
So I think everybody is committed. Yeah, they've committed now.
Oh, they've done their final laps. That's why.
And I believe that's going to be. That's going to be it, isn't it?
For spin, but I think that's about it.
Where's Spin? Spin down in provisional 9th. So obviously, just to explain to you guys that are watching, this grid here, obviously we've got Ahmed in first place, Chris there in second, Owen in third, Fluffy Butt fourth, Wesley fifth, Scotty in sixth, we've got Hollywood seventh, Max eighth, Spin ninth, Broomer 10th, Burnsy Poo in 11th, Deco in 12th. It looks like Deco maybe still on the lap.
Yeah,
Will he
looks like it's still
improve?
going.
Then we have Pasty 13th, Pung 14th, Auto Ration in 15th. So we'll go back on board with Deco as he looks like he's going to be finishing his lap now.
Auto improves slightly, and Deco fails by 0.003 of a second.
So where did Auto move up to? So Auto's moves up to 7th place.
From last to 7th. Really
That is
left
impressive
it all
there.
on the line for the last lap.
Definitely. But what I was going to explain was obviously this isn't going to be the starting grid. Obviously some of the guys will be moving up into Lobby A and some of the guys will be coming down to Lobby B. So we will get obviously the grid order once the drives have been shuffled about. But yeah, absolutely cracking stuff on display once again.
So yes, these guys have been practicing a lot to try and extract a lot of pace here because the competition this season is insane at the moment. Everyone is on their A game in esports, that's for sure. We're seeing some incredible performances, especially from like the lower tier drivers that really you wouldn't be expecting to compete at this level, and a lot of them are actually sticking out pretty well. I don't know what Hollywood's up to. Someone else is going.
It looks like he's still going for it, doesn't it? So we did see, I think it was in the first week, somebody mentioned one of the guys was using TC, which may help with the tyre wear, but I'm not too sure. Obviously, it's going to be slower overall.
Yeah, so it's an interesting one with traction. So traction stops you from spinning when your tyres start going off if you use it, but it is ultimately slower, and if you can figure out how to drive with traction off, it is better on your tyres as well. But if you're bad on tyre wear, having traction will stop you being worse, if that makes sense, because it's stopping your car sliding so much, essentially. Right, let's have a look at these results.
So we had Ahmed with a 118.2, and then Chris with a 118.381, Owen with a 118.382. Yeah, that's
insane.
just incredibly close. Cav R Fluffy Butt with the 118.5 in the Alpha 4C as well. Pretty impressive stuff there. Wesley with a 118.6, Scotty with a 118.7, Auto Ration with a 118.8. We've got Hollywood with a 118.8 as well, 118.80, 880. And then Max, he was on a 119, so from 9th to 15th, actually all on 119s.
19.024. I'm just noting them all down. Spin with an 18. So I'm expecting these to be Lobby B, everyone on this page, because I think you needed 18s as a minimum to even have a chance.
Yep. Yeah, so these guys you'll definitely see in this lobby once the racing starts, and possibly the top. What would you say? The top 8 are moving up.
Potentially the top 6, I would say,
the top
but I need to
six.
wait and see what some of these times look like. The 8th place in Lobby A was an 18:1, so even quicker than what Ahmed did.
Wow.
Yeah. So we need 18.88. Okay, can we go to the second page, please?
Of course.
19,404. Yeah, Pung. Oh, unfortunate for him, he was at the back. He looked like he was quick in practice.
He did, didn't he? I think maybe you just couldn't get that lap hooked up.
Oh, 19,434. Pasty 19,494. Okay, now I've got Lobby A's in front of me. This is the fiddly bit, isn't it? So Super GT on pole again. That's his second pole of the season.
Wow. Yeah, Super
Javi
GT's been
second.
absolutely rapid, hasn't he? And
Yeah,
Javi
he's
as
won
well.
both races. Yeah, but his team's not actually first in the championship.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That is Halix, Iggy's team, who are first because they've had much better consistency in terms of finishing positions compared to FGR.
Okay.
BX only 7th place here.
I'll be back in just a second.
Yep, no worries. Okay. Oh no, don't say that.
Sean, looks like you guys will be getting some good points tonight. Flexed biceps, medium light skin tone.
Okay, so I can confirm that the top 3 are the only ones moving up. And the rest of the drivers will be in Lobby B. Fluffy Butt actually has pole position for Lobby B, and Wesley will be lining up next to him. We just tell everyone in the esports chat.
Wow, face with tears of joy.
I am back.
Welcome back. So the top
It's
3
a
will be moving
smiling
up.
face with sunglasses.
So Ahmed, Chris, and Owen are going to be in Lobby A. Ahmed with pole position in Lobby B, only 9th in Lobby A.
Wow. Okay.
And then moving down from Lobby A is going to be 2 drivers from V2, so that's Skyline and Eroticos. And then for the other one is going to be, I can't see, oh, Mzine, who's in Tier 1, a Tier 1 driver.
Oh, is he coming down as well, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he'll be lining up actually 5th place, so I'm expecting him to move towards the front.
Is narrator on? Haha.
Otto saying he thinks his time's wrong. He
Is
said.
narrator on? Welcome along, Dan. And yeah, we do narrate or commentate, whatever you want to say.
Otto saying
Sounds like it. Grinning face with sweat.
Oh wait, oh you mean oh yes, of course I do. I have the chat to
18.87.
to speech.
Someone went back and checked who set the lap first.
Right, let me just fix this pretty quick. I always get one of the times wrong every single week, but they always correct me.
Okay. So any way I can change that chat to speech? I don't think there is. I think I've got to go into the settings.
I have no idea. I don't know how you set it up, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll have to go into settings at some point. I'm sure it's in like streaming settings or something. I'd have to actually go into the settings on the PS5. So I will leave that for next week. Well, I'll leave it for tomorrow. I'll try and turn it off for tomorrow night. But it does bring up some funny things sometimes. Can't remember who it was, but somebody was spamming the chat with something the other week, and it made me laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Robot Lady does get things wrong sometimes.
It's funny though, when someone pipes up in the middle of you commentating something, asking something daft.
That's right. So are we looking at the grid now?
He's just going to set the grid manually to get it in the right order from what I've posted in the chat, and then we should be good to go. So Fluffy Butt on pole position. Oh, hold on, I've made another mistake.
So Fluffy Butt lining up on pole in the 4C.
Project Platypus are the best.
Dan says Project Platypus are the best. Go on, Project
Yeah, they're going to
Platypus.
try and close the gap to the lead of the championship. They are our champions from last season, Project Platypus. Perry's team. It's got Viking and BX on it.
Okay,
And Zico, who's been doing great as well.
Yeah, Zico doing really well in Tier 1 at the moment as well.
Yeah, he's such a good driver. He's improved a lot as well. Right, okay, on that, I am going to jump over to Pyro's party for the feature then.
Okie dokie, no problem. So we're just waiting still for the lobby to be...
Yeah, I think Emzine still has to join and then he's going to set the lobby.
Of course. Yeah, we've only got 14 at the moment. Well, it's good to have you along, as always, Ross, and obviously we will catch you again next week.
Yeah, I'll fill you in on what goes on in Lobby A. Alright, have a good one.
Brilliant stuff.
Low tire wear after the update.
So I will just leave the party as well. Right, so everybody is now in the lobby. The lobby is going to be, or the grid, should I say, will be set manually by Bruma. Obviously, Bruma is he's hosting this week just to try and help my connection a little bit. So hopefully the stream will be nice and stable for everyone. Oh, let's get the klaxon lined up. Oh, Emzine says be right back. That might, Bremus says starting 5. So is this may be the grid sorted now? So it looks like we have a Fluffy Butt lining up on pole in that Alfa Romeo 4C. We got Wesley sat in second, or he'll be starting in second place in the 911 RSR. We got Scotty starting in third place in the GR Supra. We've got Mzine starting in fourth place in the RX Vision. Eroticos will be starting in fifth place with the GTR Nismo GT318. We've got Auto Ration in the Renault. He's in the RS01. We have Hollywood starting in 7th place. He's in the GR Supra. We got Skyline in 8th place with the M6. We have Max in 9th with the 911 RSR. Then we have Spin in 10th with the 911 RSR. We got Broomer in 11th place with the M6. We have Burnsy Poo in 12th place with 911. We got Deco in 13th with the GR Supra. Pasty in 14th with the 911 RSR, and then Pung bringing up the rear in the GR Supra. So we have got a mix of cars on display this evening. So Broomer said starting in 3. So we'll have a look at the guys as they are having a little bit of a practice before the race begins. I wonder what tyre strategies we're going to see on display this evening. We saw some different ones, didn't we, in the first week? I think we saw some people going for epic 2 stops. We'll have to see what Fluffy Butt can do from first place, starting on pole in the Alfa 4C. And Hollywood just stopped on track. Hopefully he's not having any mechanical difficulties with that car. We may have to get the recovery truck out to come and give him a tow back to the pits. I think the guys will be getting a yellow flag warning though through there, so they know that there's a hazard up ahead. I think we're definitely going to be in for a great evening of racing once again. Spin favouring the kitty litter at the moment. Broomer's just put the message up starting 1, so we've got 1 minute before the race will begin. Hollywood still sat on track. Recovery truck's not managed to make it out to him yet. I think these two here, teammates as well. We've got Fluffy Butt and Burnsy Poo. Or yeah, it is Burnsy Poo, isn't it? The 2 Cavar drivers. So I think Ross said it's probably going to be around 52 laps, this one, being quite a small... Oh dear. what has occurred there. Hopefully that's not going to be a feature coming into the race either. And here we go. So this is it. This is the race. They're lining up on the grid now. Fluffy Butt lines up on pole. He's going to have Wesley to contend with off of the line, as well as Scotty not too far behind. Gonna wait for the 5 lights. And they're off. Patch says, let's go. Oh, look at that start from Fluffy Butt. Fluffy Butt gapping the rest of the field already. Wesley looking like he's dropping down a little bit. Emzine up to 2nd place. And Rykos up to 3rd. Scotty all the way down to 5th now. Hollywood looking like he was trying to stick his nose up the inside there. There's a little bit of contact there between Wesley and Scotty. Somebody off in the background. Wesley rejoins in 5th place. We have Hollywood and Skyline side by side. Deco not far behind. Then we've got the GTR there. I think that was a Rotikos. Yeah, a Rotikos looking to try and set a move up now on Emzine in that RX Vision. So we have Fluffy Butt actually 2.4 seconds ahead of the rest of the field already. How has he managed to pull that off? Fluffy Butt already driving off into the sunset. 2.4, nearly 2.5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Gets a little bit greedy on the apex there, but it's not going to slow him down too much. Emzine now managing to gap Eroticos ever so slightly. Eroticos got a little bit backed up there into Wesley, but he's managed to escape in for the meantime. So we've got Wesley in 4th place. We've got Scotty in down to 5th. Scotty started in 3rd. We've got Hollywood in 6th place. Skyline is there in 7th. We have Max in 8th. Oh, somebody off up ahead. Who was that? It was a Rykos. A Rykos now drop into 7th place. He's going to drop down to 8th. Will he lose that place to Broomer as well? Broomer starting to get onto his gearbox, looking to go for the move. He's going to have to go the long way round. Rykos is covering the inside, and he's managed to get it done. So Rykos now drops down to 9th place as Broomer moves up to 8th. We got Pung. Pung has managed to make his way through to 10th. He started at the back. Burnsy Poo is there in 11th. Auto Return in 12th. Spin all the way down in 13th place. Pasty 14th, and Deco down in 15th. So Fluffy Butt had managed to stretch that lead up to 2.4 seconds. He must have had a little bit of an error somewhere, because it's now down to 1.7. Just have a little bit of an onboard with him at the moment. He's actually... Oh. Yeah, so let's not stay on board for too long, because that's not too pretty. But that time is coming down. Emzine has started chipping away at that gap. He started stretching that gap as well back to Wesley, who's in 3rd place. It looks like everybody testing out the track limits through that final turn there. And Wesley actually taking the fastest lap. It looked like Emzine took it initially, but then Wesley came through with a 119.121, and he's actually closing that gap up ahead to Emzine. So maybe Emzine not quite settling into his flow just yet. Wesley is going to break into the slipstream range within a couple of corners, I would imagine. If not, he'd be up there in the next lap. Hollywood now up to 4th place. 2.1 seconds off the back of Wesley. Then we have Skyline up to 5th. Skyline was in 7th last time we looked. Skyline is now up to 5th, followed by Max there in 6th place. Broomer's there in 7th. Eroticos getting a really bad start there. He lost a few places. I'm not too sure what happened. I think he went a little bit, got the car a little bit unstable through the final couple of turns. And that cost him dearly, dropping from 5th to 8th, I believe it was. Then we've got Scotty in 9th, trying to make his way back through the grid, or back through the field. 6 attempts at the moment off the back of Eroticos. So we are coming up to start lap 4 now of 52. Quite a short lap this one. Pung having a really good start there. He's managed to make his way all the way from the back up to 10th. Burnsy Poo Burnsy Poo needs to try and stick with him, so the most notable gap at the moment is back to Auto Ration, who has managed to make his way past Pasty now. He's got a 2.5 second gap though to try and close up ahead to Burnsy Poo. Pasty down in 13th, Spin there in 14th, and Deco in 15th. Should we have a quick look at the tyres as well? So Fluffy Butt, oh my days, look at that gap now. Fluffy Butt, what happened to Fluffy Butt? He's lost all of that pace somewhere, or has MZ managed to just... Perhaps he's been saving his tyres a little bit and now he's starting to push. But we have Fluffy Butt on the softs. Only 6 tenths in it now though between him and Emzine. We've got on board with Emzine as he's chasing him down. Emzine also going for the soft compound in the first stint. Emzine with the fastest lap for 1:18.928 currently. Only 7 tenths in it now. He's definitely going to be picking up the slipstream from Fluffy Butt up ahead. As I say, I reckon Fluffy Butt may be having a moment somewhere because he had an absolutely phenomenal start, didn't he? Managed to pull 2.4 seconds out of the bag straight away. Emzine sets the fastest time through the first sector there. 1 tenth up on his previous time, or on his fastest lap, should I say. Closing right up again to Fluffy Butt once again. It seems to be that last corner that Fluffy Butt seems to be struggling with a little bit. Maybe it's the tighter turns for the Alpha. It doesn't really like him too much. But look at the gap back to Wesley, 2.7 seconds. Emzine in no fear of being attacked by Wesley at the moment. He can fully focus on Fluffy Butt up ahead, and that is surely what he's doing as they come down the start finish to start lap 6. So Wesley now dropping to 2.9 seconds behind Emzine. I think he's trying to make them softs last as long as he possibly can. He's also gone for the softs in the first stint, as has Hollywood. Hollywood in 4th place. Max in 5th. Also on the racing softs, we have Skyline. Skyline the first of the medium runners. So Skyline looking to try and go for a long stint in the first stint. Obviously the guy's only getting half a tank to start the race with. So there definitely is some tactics coming into it. Broomer now 7th place. Followed by Eroticos and Scotty, 8th and 9th. Pung still there in 10th place, unable to close that gap up ahead to, what are these guys on actually? So yeah, these are all on mediums. So the last of the racing softs is Max, then we have Skyline on mediums, we have Broomer on mediums, we also have Eroticos on mediums, Scotty is on mediums, Pung also on mediums, Burnsy Poo down in 11th place on racing softs. What can he do on them racing softs? Is he going to be able to close that gap up to Pung? Very consistent 120s on the board at the moment for Burnsy Poo. Also Ration started to close that gap now. He started to close the gap in that RS01. He's on mediums. Pasty on softs in 13th. Spin is on mediums. Starting to slowly fall into the grips of Deco, who is also on mediums. Only 5 tenths in it between these two guys. As I say that, Spin actually manages to pull away from Deco, stretching that gap to nearly a second. So I think this is the fight here now for first place. We got Fluffy Butt still in control of the race, but Emzine is closing that gap. And the gap back to Wesley now. The gap back to Wesley, 5.7 seconds. What happened to Wesley? I think Wesley must have had a moment. We're going to see the first pass of the evening. Hollywood tries to go around the outside of Wesley. Wesley doesn't fight it too much. Hollywood drifts out there onto the marbles. We've got Max coming into the mix there as well. Max wants a bit of action, and Hollywood does finally manage to cement that move. He gets it done. Wesley is going to fight back though. What can Hollywood do? Hollywood's going to have to try and make a bit of a getaway now. But maybe he can try and back Wesley up into Max behind, and then Wesley's going to have to start trying to defend as well as going for the overtake. So I think the Max is that, yeah, Max is the last of the soft runners. I think these guys are going to be, will they be coming in? I'm not sure if they'll be coming in soon, but MZ now looking like he's on a charge. 3 tenths is all that's in it between him and Fluffy Butt. So all that good work the Fluffy Butt had done at the start of the race has now been undone by MZ in the RX Vision. Bearing down on the Alfa Romeo. So it does now look. Oh wait, we've had. So Max has managed to get the move done on Wesley now, but he's actually got half a second's penalty, so Wesley will surely get that place back without having to work for it too hard. He's just got to stay within range of Max, as Max is actually going to be slowing down now to serve that penalty. Wesley does get that move, or get the position back with ease. Max is going to have to try and stick with him now, and he's going to have to crucially get that move done once again. So Max dropped down to 5th place now. He's still right on the bumper of Wesley though. The 2 Porsches locked in battle as we speak. We got Skyline behind in 6th place. Then we have Bruma 7th. Eroticos starting to bear down now on Bruma, looking like he may be trying to go for a move in the GTR. He's going to have to go the long way round though. Bruma does show him the long way round, but Bruma keeps that inside line. It looked like it was the better line through there, to be fair. It's going to come into the hard braking zone now, probably down to 2nd gear. Oh, and he sent a move up the inside there. Bruma managing to hold it around the outside. We've also got Scotty. Scotty wants a bit of the action as well. Scotty trying to get his nose now up the inside of Eroticos. Not quite close enough on that occasion. It looks like he's actually backed off slightly as well. Eroticos getting a little bit greedy on the curb there. Almost unsettled the car. This one of the more tricky corners, that last 2 corners there, can be all too easy to drift wide on the right hand side onto the grass, and if you give it a bit too much beans you can light them rear tyres up and send the car around. So we have Scotty in 9th place, Pung still in 10th, in a bit of no man's land at the moment is Pung, but he's had a really good start so far, so maybe the race will come into his hands come the dying stages. You never know. Oh, Burnsy Poo, no! Burnsy Poo's off the track. He's back on again, but he's going to lose a position. Pasty moves through. Pasty up to 11th now. Burnsy Poo down to 12th place. Auto Retillon. Wait. Auto Retillon down to 13th. Spin in 14th and Deco in 15th. So the battle at the front between Fluffy Butt and Emzine, it looks like Fluffy Butt's done a really good job to be able to keep that pole position, keep that first place away from Emzine. Emzine looked like he was definitely going to take it, didn't he? And you can see, oh, it looks like Emzine may have to pit earlier than Fluffy Butt. It looks like that Mazda RX Vision using a lot more fuel as Emzine now looks for the move against Fluffy Butt. He's going to be looking up the inside now, coming into turn 1. It looks like he may have had the inside line there. Fluffy Butt is been forced out onto the outside, onto the marbles. He's actually collected a bit of gravel there. Emzine does get a move. Manages to move up into first place now. So we have a new race leader, Emzine. But as I say, I think he's going to be pitting before Fluffy Butt. Fluffy Butt definitely has another couple of laps left in the tank, in the fuel tank on that car. Emzine, though, you can see the fuel indicator flashing for dear life. I think he's only got another lap left in the tank there. He may actually peel into the pits at the end of this lap. We're going to have to wait and see. He's actually stretched a 7/10 gap over Fluffy Butt. So trying to make a bit of a getaway at the moment. We'll go on board with Fluffy Butt for just a second. Watch him chasing down Emzine. So Fluffy Butt, even though he's lost that first place, he's having an absolutely cracking race at the moment for the South African boys. And Emzine, as I say, he does peel into the pits now, so Fluffy Butt back up into the lead of the race. He is only going to get another lap or two out of that tank, fuel tank though, so will the undercut prove to be very powerful around here, Sardegna B? But at the moment, Fluffy Butt, he hasn't got to worry about anything. He's just got to try and keep it consistent. He's got a nice 6.6 gap, 6.6 second gap over Hollywood, who's back in second place there. He's actually managed to pull a second over Wesley. Wesley's managed to keep that third place away from Max. Max managed to take third momentarily, but he picked up half a second's penalty, which dropped him back behind Wesley. So Wesley doing a cracking job at the moment, and these guys will surely be heading to the pits soon as well. And Skyline, the first of the medium runners, into 5th place, but he's surely going to be having to pit the same time as these other lads up ahead of him, the soft runners. So maybe the mediums weren't the tyres to go for in the first stint. And now you see Fluffy Butt is now into the pits. I believe these guys are probably following him in as well. In fact, Wesley stays out. He favours track position. So we have yet again another new race leader in the form of Wesley. Go on, Wesley. But he is still yet to pit. So Scotty's actually stayed out. I'm not sure if that's an error there from Scotty. If you look at his fuel there, it's not looking too clever. Will he make it round another lap? I think it's going to be touch and go. He's definitely going to be on fumes, isn't he, as he comes into the pits. And Pung. So Pung now up into 3rd place. 4.8 seconds off the back of Scotty. He's also favoured track position, as has Eroticos. Eroticos, though, with a half a second penalty, that's going to hurt his efforts somewhat. Auto Rotation has also favoured track position. And then we see Fluffy Butt behind him. Fluffy Butt will surely move back up into the lead of the race once the other guys peel into the pits. So Deco is still yet to pit. Hollywood, he's pitted, as has Emzine. So I think all the other guys behind. Oh, who was that? Oh no, Max! Max is off. He spun the car around. It looked like he was going the wrong way for a minute, but he's actually going the correct way now. So yeah, everybody else has gone into the pits. And Wesley stayed out for another lap. Scotty does peel in now. Pung. He fancies he's got another lap left in that car. So Wesley still the race leader at the moment, but he's only got an 11.8 second gap over the field. And as I say, Fluffy Butt and the guys behind him, apart from Scotty, obviously have all pitted already. Scotty is now in the pits. So we've got Wesley, Pung, Eroticos, Auto Ration, all still yet to pit. And Fluffy Butt right on the back of Auto Ration now. So the race is definitely going into Fluffy Butt's favour at the moment. Excuse me. Oh, there's almost a bit of contact there between Auto Ration and Fluffy Butt. I think it was just a bit of a concertina through that last turn. Luckily, nobody coming a cropper there. So Deco, I said it might have been touch and go for Deco. It does look like he is running on fumes now. Is he going to make it to the pits? I think he probably is. He's coming through the final couple of turns now. That was definitely touch and go there, wasn't it, for Deco? And it is going to be for these guys as well. Wesley and Pung. Wesley now with a 12.6 second gap over the rest of the field, but watch this space. And it does look like he is quite aware of the amount of fuel that he has left in that car. Is starting to short shift, or starting to shift the car a little bit earlier to try and not use too much. He will peel into the pits now, as will Pung. Pung definitely on fumes now. That Supra is a very thirsty car. So here we go, we are looking now at your race leader. He's going to come across the line to start lap 17 now. And Wesley and Pung are probably going to drop down to around 7th or 8th, I would imagine. Oh, and in fact, Wesley looking like Wesley's come out in 4th place. So Pung drops down to 8th, maybe even down to 9th. However, Fluffy Butt doing it for the Cavar boys at the moment. He's got a 6.8 second, 6.9 second lead over Emzine. That gap was very close indeed before, wasn't it? So it looks like Fluffy Butt going for a low fuel strategy. He's taking the mediums, but he's actually only taken just under half a tank of fuel. I think maybe he only took half a tank of fuel on when he went into the pits. Emzine has gone for almost a full tank, so that's why that gap is so large now. Is that going to stand in Emzine's favour? It may do. We may see another new race leader. I think Emzine's going to become leader of the race once again if he can keep it on the track. Oh, that was very deep through there. He's going to surely pick up a penalty there. And he does, half a second. As I say, you've got to be quite careful coming through those last two turns. It's all too easy to drift it out onto the right hand side there, and you just saw it in effect there from Emzine. So we go back to 3rd place now. We've got Hollywood in 3rd place. He's got Skyline for company there in 4th. Skyline is 1.2 seconds off the back of Hollywood currently. Wesley comes out in 5th place, and he's got a decent amount of fuel on that car as well. So I think we're going to have to watch Wesley come the end of this race. I think he's definitely going to be up there, isn't he? Challenging for the top 3. Scotty as well. Scotty's been very fast indeed. He's actually opted for the softs in the 2nd stint. Looks like he's actually closing that gap to Wesley up ahead. using the advantage of the soft compound. But they're obviously not going to last as long as the mediums, so he needs to try and get this move done fairly soon to try and make the most of them. Look backwards there towards Bruma. Bruma 9/10 off of Scotty at the moment. Where he does, he managed to get a move done there on Wesley. So Wesley now dropping to 6th place. And it looks like Bruma might have a run here. Bruma's going to be picking up the slipstream as they come down the start finish into turn 1. Hard braking down to 2nd gear, and he's right on the bumper now of Wesley. We'll have a little on board with Bruma. Bruma's opted for the softs as well in this second stint. I think Wesley up ahead on the mediums. Oh, Bruma trying to look up the inside. They're not quite close enough to be able to get a move done. I think we're going to see it come in the next few turns though. It's only a matter of time. So Wesley doing really well to come out in 5th place, but he's already dropped down to 6th place, and I think he's definitely going to drop to 7th. And here we go. Here is... Ooh, Bruma thought better of it that time round. When we see this move come, you see how close it is. He's definitely... Oh, Wesley almost losing the rear there. Oh, drifting out a little bit deep there through that last turn, and that has allowed Bruma to get the move done. Wesley almost into the back of Bruma there, looking a little bit frustrated. At the moment it's Wesley, but he is on the harder compound, so it is to be expected. You probably will drop a few places. He's not got to worry about dropping any more though. Max is 6.8 seconds behind him at the moment. Max is on mediums as well. We did see a bit of a battle earlier between Max and Wesley, so we could still see it. They're on different fuel strategies at the moment. Spin now up to 9th place. He's on the softs. He's gone for a low fuel strategy as well. Eroticos in 10th. Hung is currently in 11th. He's actually got nearly a full tank of fuel on that car. Opting for the softs in the second stint as well. And Burnsy Poo, oh, trying to go around the outside of Auto Ration. Almost comes a cropper there. It looks like Pasty trying to get a move done as well. There's Auto. I think Auto just backed out of that. I think maybe he thought he was at fault there, but I don't really think he was. He had the inside line. But that's allowed Pasty to come through as well. Pasty now up to 13th place. Pasty trying to stick with Burnsy Poo. And Auto Ration trying to come back against Pasty. Also opting for the softs in the second stint of this race. We're now on lap 20 of 52. We're slowly approaching the halfway mark. As Pasty now looking for the move on Burnsy Poo. Is going to have to go the long way round, or will he go for the switchback? Switches it back to the inside, but he doesn't manage to get it up alongside. Burnsy Poo keeps that position for the minute. Tires is he on? So Burnsy Poo is actually on the mediums as well as Pasty, so he just looked a little bit slower through the last couple of turns, actually taking quite a deep line there. Through turn 5, I believe it is. And now Auto Ration coming alongside. He's alongside Pasty. Is he going to get a move done around the outside? Oh, he nearly does. Oh no, Burnsy Poo's off. Burnsy Poo's dropped down to the back of the pack now. Auto Ration and Pasty still locked in battle. Pasty still ahead at the moment. Auto Ration is giving it all he can though in that Renault. Deco now to 14th by default. I think Burnsy Poo just a little bit too late on the brakes there. A little bit too deep on the brakes. Oh, and we see a battle up ahead between Skyline, Hollywood and Scotty. Look at this little train, little gaggle of cars here. It looks like Broomer trying to get in the mix there as well. Broomer not too far behind. Skyline ahead of this 3 cars. No changes at the front. Fluffy Butt still in the lead of the race with Mzine in 2nd place. 3rd place Skyline though, 5.2 seconds off the back of Mzine at the moment. Scotty Boy trying all he can to try and get past Hollywood. Both GR Supras, so in fact we've got 2 manufacturers battling out at the moment. We've got Skyline and Broomer both in the M6, and then we have Hollywood and Scotty in the GR Supras. Scotty's going to have a look up the inside now. He's going to be able to get a move done. Hollywood trying to hang it out around the outside, and Scotty does get it done with ease. Is that, yeah, so that's the difference in tyres there. Scotty on the softs, trying to make the most of them as well. Skyline also up ahead on the softs. We have Mzine on mediums. Fluffy Butt now with a 7.3 second gap over Mzine. And Skyline starting to chip away at that. Oh, he had started to chip away at that 5 second gap up ahead to Mzine. It is coming down slowly. So Scotty holds on to 4 for the meantime. Hollywood has dropped a little bit out and actually starting to come into the clutches now of Broomer. Max, we saw have that spin earlier. He's currently in 8th place and he's got the fastest lap, and Broomer gets that move done. Still alongside with Hollywood at the moment. Neck and neck between these 2 guys. They're coming through the final 2 turns now. This last turn here, more of a kink. The left-hander, definitely the final turn. On Hollywood coming back along the straight line speed of that GR Supra. He's going to be able to get it done around the outside, and he does. So manages to retake the 5th position around the outside of Broomer. Broomer looking like he didn't want to defend too much, just kind of let it happen. Then we have a 2 second gap back to Wesley. He's not under any pressure at the moment from Max, who's in a little bit of no man's land at the moment. As we see the 2 cars in the background, Spin and Eroticos having a bit of a battle here. Eroticos on the inside, Spin on the outside. Spin's going to be on the inside for this next one. Eroticos going to have to slot back in behind, but he's alongside once again. And he moves up to 9th place momentarily, but he's on the outside for this next one. Oh, a tiny bit of door rubbing there between them 2. Spin holding that inside line now. He's got the inside for this next couple of corners here as well. Eroticos still trying to keep it on the outside. They're on the marbles, both of them. And in fact, it looks like Spin will be heading to the pits in the next couple of laps. Eroticos has got more fuel, so Eroticos will get that position eventually anyway, but trying to get it done early doors. We'll go on board with a GTR driver now. So Spin covers off the inside. Eroticos trying to get the switch back. Not quite close enough that occasion. Oh, so close between these 2 at the moment. Great defending from Spin up ahead. Trying his best not to leave the door open, but he left it open that time round. He's going to try and keep it on the outside. He is still there. Eroticos didn't manage to pull that move off on the inside line there. I would have waited until this part of the track here, I think. Maybe gone for the send into this hard braking zone. Oh, almost losing the rear there. Big snap of the wheel. Absolutely great reflexes from Eroticos to keep that car on the track. To not lose control of the car, shall I say. Oh, drifts a little bit out wide there. It's not affected him too much. You see the cars can get away with running that final kink ever so slightly over on the grass there, but you don't want to take it too much because you will end up with a penalty. But you can see obviously the track marks where they've run the cars onto the grass. So Eroticos there in 10th place. We've got Auto Ration down in 11th. He's actually in a bit of no man's land at the moment as well. 9.2 seconds off the back of Eroticos, and he's 3.4 seconds ahead of Deco. Deco is now in 12th place. Then we have Pung in 13th. Burnsy Poo after his moment, he's back up to 14th. And then Pasty. Oh, Pasty trying to pull the undercut off. Down to 15th, he's 15.7 seconds, 16 seconds off the back of Burnsy Poo, but looking like he's definitely going for an undercut there. He's on a fresh set of softs. Got more fuel in that tank as well. A little bit deep for that last turn. But this guy here, Fluffy Butt, absolutely stonker of a start he had, and just been very, very consistent ever since. 5.5 seconds ahead of Emzine. Emzine, in the early stages of this race, managed to reel Fluffy Butt in. He actually managed to take the lead of the race momentarily, but he's not been able to break the gap up ahead in this second stint. Currently sat comfortably in second place though. He's got a nice 6.2 second gap over Scotty, who managed to take that third place away from Skyline. So Scotty now up to third. Skyline is down to fourth. What can Skyline do in the M6? Can he manage to retake that third place, third position from Scotty? And then we have Hollywood and Broomer not too far behind, 5th and 6th. Wesley 7th, Max in 8th. And so Fluffy Butt is now into the pits. So Emzine into the lead of the race once again. Skyline into the pits as well. Scotty has favoured track position. He stayed out. He's got more fuel left in the tank, so he's moved up into second place. Hollywood now up into third. So your top three have changed. We have MZ in first, we have Scotty in second, Hollywood is in third, Broomer up to fourth now. Still yet to pit. Wesley up to fifth. Max is there in sixth, Eroticos is in seventh, and Fluffy Butt re-emerges in 8th place. So everybody ahead of him still yet to pit. And he's been looking absolutely rapid in that Alfa Romeo this evening, hasn't he? Absolute testament to the Cavar drivers. I think he's going to be getting some decent points this evening for our South African brothers. So we've got Wesley. I think Wesley just came out of the pits, did he? Or is he into the pits? Not too sure. So Auto there, up to 9th now. Pung is there in 10th. Pung likes that 10th position, doesn't he? Deco in 11th place. Burnsy Poo in 12th. Skyline's now pitted, hasn't he? He's come out in 13th. Spin. Looks like Spin's also headed to the pits as well. He's on a fresh set of tyres. Pasty, the undercut not quite worked out for him just yet, but he should make up a few positions as he comes through the final sector now. Obviously there is guys in the pits. So we're now looking at the race leader Emzine. Is he going to be able to build enough of a gap to be able to keep that first place once he pits? I'm not too sure. Fluffy Butt is only in 6th place at the moment after that pit stop. That might be his final pit stop, I'm not too sure. it is, he's got 22 laps to go on whatever compound he has chosen. So I wonder if we're going to see Emzine switch to the softs for the final stint. Scotty still holding on to that second place. He's got a nice 4.7 second gap over Wesley back in third. So Wesley back up to third place now. He's got a nice gap over Max, 5.6 seconds to be precise. And it looked like he'd started reeling Scotty in ever so slightly.
That 4C has insanely low tire wear after the update. Let's go fire. Let's go team. What is Max up to?
So Max is currently in fourth place. He's 5.9 seconds off the back of Wesley at the moment. Still yet to pit. I think he's trying to stretch this stint as long as he can. I think he may also go onto the softs for the final stint. And yes, the Alpha does seem to be very OP with the tyre wear, doesn't it? Very, very good on the tyres indeed. And here we go. This is the guy. My money's on Fluffy Butt tonight. I think he may be bringing home the W in this race. Obviously, early doors. We've still got another 21 laps to go. So Max actually still the fastest lap at the moment, but we just saw Fluffy Butt put in a fastest sector there. And as he comes through this split, it's a personal best, but it's not a fastest sector there. So I think the fastest lap is going to stay with Max for the meantime. So Roticos now peels into the pits. Patch says, let's go. I think Robot Lady's actually a little bit behind with the text to speech there. I think somebody just said push, but it's not popped up on the messages. So Bruma sat in 8th. Wait, what? How did I get down there? So Fluffy Butt 4.4 seconds. There he's just 4 seconds, isn't he? Off the back of Max at the moment. Then we have Auto Retion, 14.8 seconds off the back of Fluffy Butt. He's got Hollywood for company. Hollywood looking to try and push for the overtake. Oh, for Hollywood! What happened there? I don't know what happened there. Hollywood taking an interesting line.
And then Zine near the end looking at the strats.
It is indeed. Oh, so Sick Individual says, come on Emzine, push. I think Emzine's doing a cracking job at the moment. It is definitely going to be close between Fluffy Butt and Emzine come the end of this race, isn't it? I think you're right, Patch. I think that's going to be where the battle is come the dying stages. So we've only 20 laps to go now as Hollywood crosses the line. It'll be 19. See, I can't do math when I want to. Auto Retion, 2.8 seconds off the back of Hollywood at the moment. Still keeping Bruma behind him, but Bruma is chipping away at that gap. Oh, and wait, what? Auto, what happened to Auto? I don't know if Auto just backed out of that or what, but it looked like he just let Bruma get the move. Bruma not really having to work for that overtake there. But it could be because Auto is on very second-hand tyres at the moment, and he is due to go in for his... Would it be his third stop? As Scotty now peels into the pits, Wesley moves up into second place. I think Fluffy Butt is going to get that position as well, isn't he? He's going to be very, very close indeed to Scotty. And Bruma has absolutely gapped Auto now. Auto definitely feeling the tyre wear. Will he pit this time round? It looks like he stayed out. He's extending his stint. He's going to get that position, so he moves up into 6th place. Scotty, or is he? Oh, he actually, yeah, he does. Scotty comes out the pits just behind Auto. There he is. And as I suspected, he is on a fresh set of softs now. He's going to be trying to take them to the end. Deco there in 8th place. So Deco's managed to make up a few good positions. Spin 2.1 seconds behind in 9th. Then we have Max in 10th now. Emzine now peels into the pits. Fluffy Butt is up to 3rd place. Skyline there in 11th, looking like he may take the mediums to the end of the race. Eroticos down in 12th place, 4.2 seconds off the back of Skyline. Pasty a whole 13.7 seconds.
Let's go Alex 555.
Yeah, we'll go back on board with Emzine in just a second. Flays, he's actually in the pits. He's due to come out anytime now. He comes out in 3rd place, it looks like. I don't think he's going to be losing that position. So Burnsy Poo after that moment not really being able to get back, make his way back into this race, still down in 15th place. So Wesley is in the lead of the race once again, with Fluffy about 7.7 seconds behind him, but I think Wesley is yet to pit. I think these guys are actually going to be going for another pit stop. I think it'd be the 3rd or the 4th one maybe. I think Emzine looking to take... Yeah, I think that's going to be the last stop there for Emzine. He's now on a fresh set of softs. Almost 3/4 of a tank, the fuel on that car. Only 9.3 seconds off the back of Fluffy Butt. So if Fluffy Butt does in fact have to pit again, he is going to lose that position, but he's going to be on better tyres. So it's definitely going to be battle of the strategies coming into the dying stages of this race. We're on lap 35 now of 52. And Fluffy Butt is starting to slowly reel in Wesley up ahead. I think these guys are possibly going to be going into the pits around the same time. Wesley on very, very warm mediums now. Fluffy Butt on increasingly second-hand softs. Emzine starting to get them softs now into the window. Is the undercut going to pay off for him? So Hollywood and Bruma. Hollywood still managing to stay ahead of Bruma at the moment. But Bruma is definitely going to be picking up that slipstream now. Manages to keep the momentum through the last turn there. He's now got a run as they come down the start finish. Will he be able to go for a move? as they come into turn 1, or as they approach turn 1. There's only 2 temps in it. And he closes up once again through the braking zone, right onto the bumper now of Hollywood. Are we going to see another move come from Broomer? He's going to be pushing now for that overtake. Hollywood trying to do all he can to stay ahead. It just looks at this point like Broomer's too good on the brakes, so Hollywood with a big snap on the exit of that last turn. I think we're into turn 5 now, the big banky boy. Down the hill. And actually Broomer favouring first gear through that hard right-hander. Floating the car through these sequential left-handers. So actually like 3 left-handers in the sequence there into this, well 4, into this final left-hander here. Not wanting to drift too wide out there onto the grass, because you will pick up half a second penalty. He got the momentum now as we come down the start finish once again. Hollywood doing a cracking job there of keeping that position for the minute though, isn't he? Oh, and he drifts out wide. That's allowed Broomer alongside, and Broomer's going to get a move. He gets it done. Hollywood is going to have to slot in behind him. He lives to fight another day, but it was only a matter of time, wasn't it? Oh, Hollywood looked like he got a little bit out of shape into turn 5 once again. Maybe favours drifting that Supra through that turn. And we've got a yellow flag. What was the yellow flag? Can't see any cars off track at the moment. So Fluffy Butt has now started to catch Wesley. Wesley's picked up half a second's penalty. Was that maybe what we saw there? Perhaps that was the yellow flag. That isn't going to help him at all. He's going to surely... Oh, Fluffy Butt almost losing the car there. He did really well to keep control of that Alpha, but he's lost a little bit of time now to Emzine. You can see Emzine, and then that's Burnsy Poo. So they've actually come past Burnsy Poo now. Burnsy Poo is starting to get lapped. Emzine's still 8.1 seconds off the back of Fluffy Butt, but Fluffy Butt is definitely going to be pitting once again, isn't he? You can see the flashing fuel indicator there. So Wesley's now going to be serving that penalty. I don't like where they put that penalty line there. It just nulls all your momentum down the start finish. And it was 2.5 seconds. I think the gap is now down to 1.7, so almost a second. Wesley almost lost a second through that penalty. As I say, these two front runners though are going to be pitting once again. Emzine, I think he's done his final stop of this race, so he will be going for another 12 laps on them softs. He will surely move up into the lead of the race once again. And Broomer's now managed to gap Hollywood. He's actually 1.1 seconds up the road from Hollywood now. Hollywood there in 5th place. Scotty down in 6th. Then we have a 12.3 second gap back to Max in 7th. Eroticos 7.2 seconds off the back of Max in 8th. Spin is now into the pits. Auto Ration will move through to 9th place. And Spin, oh, Deco moves ahead there, moves ahead to 10th place. Spin comes out just behind in 11th. Pasty putting on a fresh set of tyres. That's allowed Pung through. Pung surely won't be put in again. And you see the two front runners now into the pits. So Emzine moves up into the lead of the race once again. How far behind are Wesley and Fluffy Butt going to come out though? Broomer? Go on, Broomer. Broomer up into second place now. 3 seconds ahead of Scotty as well. A 10.7 second, 10.8 second gap up ahead to first place Emzine. So I said, didn't I, my money was on Fluffy Butt, but it's looking like Emzine might be good for it at the moment. But is his tyres going to hold on, crucially? Is he going to be able to get the most out of them softs and maybe create enough of a gap to be able to stop Fluffy Butt from retaking that first place? Down in 5th place at the moment. He's still got to get past Wesley as well. We've got Scotty there, 2 seconds behind Broomer now. He's going to be trying to take them softs to the end of the race, I think, but as you can see from the tyre graphic there, they're going to be starting to feel a little bit sketchy already. So Wesley is on a fresh set of softs. He's got 2.6 second lead over Fluffy Butt. Which is kind of surprising. And Broomer actually into the pit. So Broomer, I think he's had enough of them softs. Scotty moves up into second place now. 12.8 seconds off the back of Emzine. Wesley up into 3rd. Fluffy Butt up into 4th. Max moves up into 5th place. Where's Broomer going to come out? Broomer comes out in 6th. On a fresh set of softs though. Only 10 laps to go in this race now. So Eroticos down in 7th there. Hollywood. Hollywood's in 8th. And then we have Auto Ration, 12.3 seconds off the back of Hollywood in 9th. Deco 10th, Spin 11th, Pung down in 12th now. Pasty 13th, and Burnsy Poo in 14th. Who have we lost? We've lost somebody. We definitely had 15 drivers at the start of the evening. So Burnsy Poo is getting shown the blue flag at the moment.
Hello. What is Max up to? Mom's in push. It's going to be tight between Fluffy and Enzyme near the end looking at the strats.
What is going on with Robot Lady?
Let's go, hey, let's fire.
It looks like Burnsy Poo actually trying to fight. Well, it looked like he was trying to keep the position, but he was getting blue flagged, so he should have just moved out of the way for Max. But Max manages to get the move done anyway.
She's a bit slow tonight, grinning, squinting face.
Oh, Max! No, Max! Max into the wall. He had a mistake earlier, didn't he? And that cost him. It's now cost him again. Broomer's managed to move through to 5th place now. Max is down to 6th. 3.8 seconds off the back of Broomer. Still got a nice 3-second buffer back to Hollywood. But that has cost him dearly. It looked like he was on a charge there. He's actually carrying damage on that car. That is going to slow him down to no end. As you can see, Hollywood is starting to close that gap very rapidly now. Courtesy of that damage. So Fluffy Butt not actually managing to close that gap to Wesley as I thought he would. He's actually picked up half a second's penalty there. Come on, Fluffy Butt. Oh, Fluffy Butt. Almost losing the rear there. He slid it through that last turn. Through turn 1. And the gap up ahead has opened up once again. Wesley now with a 4.3 second lead over Fluffy Butt. Scotty 2.1 seconds ahead. 2 seconds ahead, but them tyres are going to be starting to feel very second hand now. As are Emzine's up at the front, but he's got a 14.5 second lead over the rest of the field. Oh, Pasty. Pasty with an interesting line there, excuse me. Not really the line that Pasty wanted to take. I don't think, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up with a penalty for that. And he is indeed carrying a penalty now. So Emzine now with a 15-second lead over the rest of the field. We have Scotty in the second place, followed by Wesley in third, but Wesley has started eating away at that gap up ahead to Scotty with the advantage of them younger soft compound tyres. Wesley with the fastest lap now as well for 1:18.7. That's an extra point there on the board. Wesley now definitely on a charge, isn't he? Definitely picking up the slipstream now of Scotty up ahead. I think we may see the move come down into turn one. Is Scotty going to cover off the inside? Is he going to bother defending it? He's obviously on the worst tyres, isn't he? Oh, Wesley tries it around the outside. Oh, Wesley, no! Wesley tries it around the outside. It doesn't pull off for him. He manages to pick up the marbles there and almost sends the car around. Wesley! Dude! And you can see that gap back to Fluffy Butt has now come down quite significantly. So we're on lap 46 of 52.
Loudly crying face.
So Patch says she's a bit slow tonight. Who's a bit slow? Is he on about Burnsy Poo? Is Burnsy Poo a she?
Robot lady.
Oh, Robot Lady, she is a bit slow tonight, isn't she? Yeah, she is. She's having a bit of a meltdown, I think, Pumpkin. She seems to be repeating a lot of the same messages as well. I don't know if you picked up on that, but yeah, she is definitely on a bit of a slow one this evening. I think we might have to retire her. So Emzine still in the lead of the race, and what a lead he has. Almost 17 seconds now. Looking like whatever strategy Emzine went for seems to be the superior one at the moment. In no danger of losing that position to Scotty. Scotty doing a cracking job though of keeping Wesley behind him. We saw he didn't actually really have to defend too much either. Wesley went for a move around the outside, managed to pick them marbles up and almost sent that car around. He's 2.2 seconds off the back of Scotty now. He's going to be trying to hold on to that third slot on the podium though. Still going to be some decent points on offer. But can he keep Fluffy Butt at bay? Fluffy Butt looked so rapid, didn't he? He looked absolutely rapid. He managed to put the car on pole, pulled out a 2.4 second lead at the start of the race, lost the lead momentarily to Emzine, but then retook it again, courtesy of the undercut. But I don't know what's happened in the final stages here. Is he going to be going for a late charge, maybe? I think he's trying to. So lap 48 now of 52. We've only got 4 to go, or less than 4 to go. We're almost 3.5. But as it stands, we have Emzine in first place. Scotty is there in second. We have Wesley in third. That's your top 3. Then we have Fluffy Butt chasing down the top 3 in 4th place. We've got Broomer in 5th. Max is in 6th. Max had a couple of moments, didn't he?
Seems to be the better option. Don't think Enzyme's tyres are going to drop off that much.
Definitely, Patch. Yeah, I think some of the other guys going for a 3 stop, weren't they? But yeah, the 2 stop definitely seems to be working in its favour for Emzine at the moment. His tyres haven't dropped off too much. I thought, yeah, I wasn't sure whether it's going to pay off, but it's looking like it is at the moment. So as I say, Max there in 6th place, followed by Hollywood in the 7th. Hollywood starting to close that gap though. Only 7 tenths in it at the moment, 8 tenths. Then we have Eroticos in 8th place. Autoration is down in 9th. We have Spin in 10th, followed by Deco. Deco closing that gap up in 11th. Will he be able to take that position away from Spin? If you look at the tyres though, it looks like he's on the worst tyres at the moment. His tyres definitely a fair amount of laps older than Spin's at the moment. Then we have Pung. Pung is 21.4 seconds behind Deco. In 12th place we have Pasty in 13th. And Burnsy Poo in 14th. Come on, chat, who do we lose? We definitely lost someone here. We had 15 drivers at the start of the race. We're now down to 14. Who are we missing? I can't work it out. Wait, was it? No, I can't work it out. I digress. Emzine with a 16.6 second lead over the field. Looking good for it at the moment. He's only got 2 more laps to do on that soft compound tyre. Definitely got enough fuel in the car, hasn't he? And hopefully the stream's been of a good quality for you tonight, guys. As I said, I've been having some internet difficulties today, so I was a little bit worried that the stream may have been a bit sketchy, but Ross said it was alright earlier, so hopefully that is the case. So Scotty now coming under increasing pressure from Wesley. Wesley looking to try and take that 2nd place away from Scotty. We saw it before, didn't we? But then he managed to get it on the marbles and almost had a really bad moment. Oh, it was Skyline, of course it was. Oh, no way. Apparently Skyline's wheel disconnect. Thank you, Patch, I appreciate that, dude. Oh, that's heartbreak there. Heartbreak for Skyline. So we've had DC so far this season. We've had wheel disconnects. We do sometimes have some mechanical difficulties. Right, come on Wesley. Don't try and put it around the outside this time. Maybe try for the inside line. Is he going to be close enough though as they approach turn 1? Not quite close enough on that occasion, but he's managed to keep that gap. He didn't put it on the marbles that time round. Lives to fight another day. Scotty doing an absolutely cracking job though of keeping that 2nd place for a minute, of defending that 2nd place. As we look behind though, Fluffy Butt started to creep up. Maybe he can still challenge for the top 3. Don't write him off just yet. I think this one may be where we see the move come. He's going to send him a dummy. Scotty holds that inside line. Wesley going to have to try and have a look around the outside. No, he's going for the switchback. And he pulls it off. Absolutely textbook move there. Wesley has got the inside for this next one, but no. Scotty, sorry, had the inside for the next one, but no, Wesley has managed to cement that position. Scotty still trying to come back though in 3rd place. And wait, who's that? We got Fluffy Butt. Fluffy Butt trying to make his way up into the mix as well. We're going to start a final lap as they cross the start finish. Scotty closes right up through the braking zone into turn 1 once again, but great defending there from Wesley. Wesley looking to try and extend that gap, try and give himself a bit of breathing space over Scotty. And Fluffy Butt trying to get up into the mix as well. He wants to try and take that third place away from Scotty. What is he going to be able to do in the dying stages of this race? We're going to have to go on board with the race leader in just a second, as I think he's coming through the final turn. Oh, Fluffy Butt. And there it is. What a strategy on display from Emzine. He's going to take the win here in round 3 of the ALR Esports. And what a drive that was from Emzine. Absolutely cracking stuff. Then we got Wesley. Wesley's going to manage to bring it home in second place. GG Wesley. So he finishes in second place. Scotty in third. Fluffy Butt. Fluffy Butt's out of fuel. Fluffy Butt. Fluffy Butt's going to lose that position, is he, to Broomer? And it does. Broomer goes through to 4th place. Fluffy Butt. Oh, dude. Fluffy Butt in 5th there. A bit of an error there from Fluffy Butt, unfortunately. He's going to drop down to 5th. Then we have Hollywood in 6th. Max will finish in 7th place. Eroticods. Aricods. Is he out of fuel? It looks like he's going quite slow. He finishes in 8th place. So Auto Retillon now trying to keep spin at bay. And he manages to do so. So Auto Retillon 9th, Spin in 10th place. Deco will finish in 11th. We got Pung in 12th, Pasty in 13th. Burnsy Poo will finish up in 14th place. And obviously we had Skyline had his wheel disconnect. So absolutely heartbreaking stuff from Skyline there. Well, that was round 3, guys. I hope you all enjoyed that one. We'll be back, obviously, tomorrow night with the Tier 1 drivers from the Aero League Racing's GT7 Championship. And we will be back once again next week with round 4 of the ALR Esports Series. I've been your boy, Vexman. Obviously, we had Ross with us earlier on this evening. And yeah, thanks again and good night.
Well done, gents. Bottle with popping cork. Thanks for the great stream.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. I think that was Patch. Yeah, thank you, Patch. Good to have you along, buddy. Be good to see you on track again next week, or obviously in the stream if you're not on track. But yeah, that's me for this evening. And that is it from the ALR Esports for another week. We'll see you again next week. Good night.